different regional caucuses in the National Assembly endorsed President Tinubu for a second term in office. It's been a busy time in the corner of the APC at the National Assembly as different groups endorse President Tinubu ahead of 2027 election. This is the Hallowed Chambers on TVC News. I am Tijesu Adiri. The President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives led other principal officers of the National Assembly to endorse President Bola Tinubu for a second term in office and also adopt him as a sole candidate of the party. This endorsement was at the National Summit of the All Progressives Congress held at the Presidential Villa in Abuja.
Because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move. Mr. Speaker.
I stand on behalf of the whole entire 109 senators, 360 members, and all the 36 speakers and their members to second this very important motion moved by the Senate President as was second.
Distinguished colleagues, right honorable members, members of the houses of assemblies across Nigeria, those in support of the motion, seconded rightly by the right honorable Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON, those in support, give me your voice and say, aye. And those against say nay. The ayes have it.
In a strong show of unity, all members of the National Assembly representing Katsina State have officially endorsed Governor Umar Diko Rada for a second term in office. The endorsement made under the platform of the All Progressives Congress comes well ahead of the 2027 general elections and significantly boosts the governor's re-election prospects. The announcement was made during a gathering of lawmakers where Honorable Sada Soli, representing Jibia and Keita Federal Constituency, spoke on behalf of his colleagues in the House of Representatives. He emphasized that the decision to support Governor Rada was a collective one, stemming from their assessment of his performance and the widespread support expressed by their constituents across Katsina.
We, as elected representatives of the people of Katsina State at the National Assembly, we have listened to the voices of our constituents who have expressed their satisfaction with the performance of Malan Dukko Umar Ratna, PhD, CON, as Governor of Katsina State for his remarkable achievements and unwavering commitment to the progress of Katsina State. We, the elected representatives in the National Assembly from Katsina State, hereby align with our constituents to declare our full support for the re-election of Malan Dukko Umar Ratna as the sole candidate under the platform of our great party, the APC.
The Benue State Caucus of the All Progressives Congress in the National Assembly has shown its weight behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, endorsing him as the sole candidate for the 2027 presidential election. Speaking at a press conference in the National Assembly, the lawmakers led by Senator Titus Zam praised the president's transformational leadership and cited key federal interventions in Benue State as justification for the endorsement. This includes major road infrastructure projects, the establishment of the North Central Development Commission, increased investment in health institutions, and the construction of affordable housing under the Renewed Hope agenda. They also pointed to the 44 billion naira allocated to Benue State through post-subsidy removal funds, infrastructure funding, and subnational intervention programs as a demonstration of federal support.
And unequivocally endorse His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term in office as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our endorsement is rooted in a comprehensive assessment of President Tinubu's transformative leadership, his unwavering commitment to national development, and the tangible achievements recorded under his administration since May 29, 2023.
The House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Upstream and the Special Committee on Crude Oil Theft have resolved to jointly introduce 5 bills aimed at addressing key challenges affecting Nigeria's oil industry. The chairman of the two committees, Alhassan Dogwa, made this known at a joint meeting in Abuja. He said the proposed bills are part of a legislative intervention to support national efforts in securing oil and gas assets and curbing crude oil theft. One of the bills seeks to establish a national commission that will be empowered to prevent and prosecute pipeline vandalism and other oil sector-related crimes. Mr. Dogwa says the bills are not individual efforts but represent member collective commitment to addressing the challenges in the sector.
The committee covers issues to do with the live wire of the economy of this country. Vandalizations of oil assets, national assets in the oil and producing areas of our country is one critical problem that has always continuously affected even our budgetary projections. And part of the reasons why we have taken this mandate so seriously is that the fact that even the government itself, the president has persistently been so worried and concerned about attacks and insecurity issues around the oil producing states and areas of our country.
Thank you for staying with the Hallowed Chambers. My guest today is an honorable member of the House of Representatives. His name is Honorable Sada Soli, and he represents Jibia Keita Federal Constituency of Katsina State. It's good to have you, Honorable, in our studio.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Well, let's jump straight into it. APC lawmakers have endorsed President Tinubu as their sole candidate for 2027. How big of a deal is this politically, and does this mean that he has the support of voters all around?
Oh, absolutely. He couldn't have been the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria if he has no support of the voters. So this endorsement is a testimony that the APC government is still with the people, is still with the Nigerian people. And it is only natural. The trajectory of the current political climate, comes with endorsement of candidates that will feel, we feel that they can stand the test of time. And candidates that have proven that they can provide leadership, they can take decision when it is necessary to take a decision. And that is a demonstration of a leadership. And you cannot afford to lose such quality of leadership when the country requires leaders that can take tough decision at tough time, so that the country can move towards a greater position.
Well, isn't it possible that this is just a show of loyalty within the party rather than a reflection of public support?
There is no politics without loyalty. There is no party politics without loyalty. Demonstration of loyalty in the party politics is a testimony that the party is moving, the party is cohesive, the party is towards providing leadership for a country that it governs.
Well, in 2023, if we cast our mind back, President Tinubu didn't win some of the key states in the northwest states like Katsina, your state, Kaduna and Kano. What's likely to change this time around, and will these states come in handy to help him secure enough votes?
I think it's a wrong narrative for anybody to say that Tinubu did not win Katsina. With 500 and something thousand votes, well, a whole region of a country gave him less than 100,000. So I don't think that narrative is not a correct narrative. We have won. We have gotten more than over 25% of the state, and cumulatively, if you put that state, it's over a region. What a region has given President Tinubu. So I think we're home and dry.
But some people would argue that it's the party endorsing President Tinubu this early is them shutting the door against intending and qualified candidates. Don't you think this should also be looked at? I
don't think we are shutting the door, but it is a testimony that we're comfortable, we're okay with his leadership, and the party is confident that he will deliver.
All right, let's bring it home to Katsina State, where the APC lawmakers have also endorsed Governor Dikko Rada for a second term. Yeah. Would you say his performance so far also justifies this kind of endorsement? Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Anybody that follows the history and the current happenings of Malam Dikko Umar Rada, the governor of Katsina State, I think he has proven, he has provided a proven purposeful leadership. If you see his relationship with his predecessors, and then if you gauge the politics, the political climate in Katsina State, if you put the entire Northwest, Katsina is the most stable politically within the Northwest. And then if you see the way he's opening the state, look at, I think so far he has created direct and indirect about 35,000 jobs within education sector, health sector, work sector, and within the urban renewal sector. And I think for that reason, you cannot afford to lose such quality leadership, a leadership that has demonstrated humility, inclusivity. You cannot afford to not to go with that kind of leadership. And that was one of the more reasons why we, the representatives of the people, felt that because we contact our constituents, we talk with our constituents, we know their feelings, we know how okay they are with the performance of Malam Dikko Umar Rada, and we felt that it's only necessary, it's only fair, it's only reasonable for us to endorse him for 2027 general elections.
We're looking at challenges confronting Katsina State, including security issues. How would you say the governor has been able to maneuver them and maybe overcome or put them under control? And what would you say are those key achievements that people can touch or feel and see with their own eyes?
I think with respect to security issue, the day one, even during his campaign, one of the key promises he made to the Katsina people was to secure the state. We knew the challenges, we met the challenges, efforts were made. Immediately when he came on board, he created the Katsina State Security Corps, which will cooperate with other security agencies in trying to see how we can stabilize the insecurity issues. And quite a number of efforts were made. The recruitment were made, the boys were trained, and they were posted to the crisis local government, about 10 or 11 of these local governments. Some of them, about 60% of them, security situation has improved. Particularly, I can talk to you about my local government, Jibia. Okay. I can tell you for the last 4 or 5 months, not even a chicken has been kidnapped. We are moving, and then efforts are being made through Batsari, Kankara, Kurifi, Dusuma, Dandume, and some of the local governments that are bedeviled with this insecurity. Efforts are being made, and I can guarantee you, and anyone can testify to the fact that this insecurity is being doused because there is serious community engagement by the governor.
So how about other achievements by the government?
There are quite a number of achievements. Like I know recently the governor established a new goat farm to boost production and genetics within the goat rearing scheme, where they are distributing about 40,000 goats to only women. And you need to understand the goat farming, because the the gestation of how goats produce is so fast. If you give one woman 3 goats, coming 6, 7, 8, 9 months, you find that it will multiply. It will improve the economy of that household, and it will exit them. It will soften some of their difficulties in terms of taking care of the family and taking care of certain things that they do domestically.
These endorsements, don't you think that this will deepen tension within the party, especially in Katsina State? I'm sure there will be intending politicians that may want to run for the office under the APC. Don't you think that this may create bad blood? No.
It will even stabilize the party. It will give focus to the party. It will settle some of these hiccups that are in the party within the state. And let me be honest, let me just help you. When you have a performing leadership, why do you engage in changing it? You need stability, you need continuity, you need progress, you need consolidation. When all these things are absent, then what is the purpose of leadership? Just to change someone who has demonstrated that he can do it, who has demonstrated that he can provide leadership, who has demonstrated that he can remove people out of poverty. Mark you, only 2 years. 2 years created about 35,000 direct and indirect jobs by using the Smaden platform. Remember, he has an experience. He was the Director General of Smaden. And then he is bringing that kind of platform in Katsina State that will exit a number of households out of poverty. How do you change such kind of leadership? Where do you start? To start anew? Is that how we are going to provide leadership in this country?
So what do you say about people who say governance is a continuum? Do you don't believe that other people have the capability of also continuing from where he stopped?
Yeah, after 8 years. Somebody can come and continue. After 8 years, somebody can come and continue from where Maneduku Umar stops. We have no objection to that. But for now, where do you start? All these achievements that were made, you jettison them, then you bring new person. It's just like saying all these achievements that APC would jettison President Tinubu and bring someone.
So is this sentiment shared among the common man?
It's not a sentiment, it's a reality on ground. I told you every political climate has its own dynamics. The dynamics of this political climate is getting people that we feel that they have proven their leadership, they have proven that they can provide leadership, they have proven that they can take decisions when decisions should be taken. Why do you need to bring some people to start from afresh? Where do you start?
Well, some people might argue with you, but we'll continue this discussion after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll still have more for you on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The players, the drama, chess piece moves. Be kept informed. Watch analysis of major happenings in the political space and how it affects you. Watch Politics on Sunday.
We're glad to have you back. You're still watching the Hallowed Chambers, and we still have with us in the studio Honorable Sada Suli. Now, I would like to ask you, do you think the party has room for internal democracy, or is it just about endorsements?
Where there is the absence of internal democracy, you cannot find this. You cannot find the cohesion. The party members gather together, come on one platform, come on one agreement. Is only when there is cohesion, when there is internal democracy, you can only achieve that. For the party even to agree to sit down in one room and take a collective decision is a testimony that there is cohesion, there is collectivity of ideas and acceptance of tangible opinion that this is the way forward.
I would like to know how exactly the Katsina APC caucus arrived at the decision to back Governor Rada. What were the criteria to judge, his achievements to earn him that support?
The criterion, one, proven leadership, community engagement, his efforts to secure the state security-wise, even in terms of energy security. Recently, he has approached federal government to hand over the first and ever wind power platform in the country. And the President Tinubu agreed to hand over that because electricity generation now is on concurrent list. Let's Katsina State try that so that we can also move forward. Remember, and he's making efforts with the proximity of Katsina State to Kano. Kano is a commercial center. Katsina is known to be a civil service state. He is moving Katsina State from civil service state to a commercial hub, taking advantage of Kano State and taking advantage of the rail line that is coming from Dutse, coming to Daura, coming to Katsina, then going to Jibia, then going to Niger Republic in Maradi. This is the vision. And for that reason, this caucus, our caucus, having consent with our constituents, we felt that we can only take the fair decision and reasonable decision to go with Malan Dukko Umar Radda as our president, as our governor.
Saying that this is the wish of your constituents and not just about you, the politicians.
Of course, you should know that we are representatives of the people. We don't speak for ourselves; we speak for our people. And don't mistake the fact that we cannot talk without the consent of our people.
Okay. I would like to know, you spoke about him bringing his experience as the MD of Smedan into the governance of Katsina State. I would like you to go a little bit deeper into that. How has he brought his experience, to bear in the governance of Katsina State? Smedan purpose is to create small businesses in the informal sector. If you go to Katsina now, the efforts the governor is making, particularly in the agricultural sector. Now, recently, the president commissioned agricultural mechanized sector platform, where our agriculture will be moved from just subsistence farming to an enterprise that will cash on the advantage that we have near us in Kano. We have the largest grain market in West Africa. That's in Dawano. Our people will do that, and then that platform, that agricultural mechanization platform, will be available for Katsina farmers, so that there will be boost in agricultural enterprise. Now, look at this goat scheme farming. It will create small household businesses in the area of livestock businesses, which is Katsina is known of that. And then after that, there's hides and skin business will come, which is, we have the hub in Daura. Daura is known traditionally of hides and skin businesses. We will revive that. We will revive the tanneries. Remember, we have the tanneries, a lot of tanneries in Kano, with the injection of 40,000 goats within households. You can imagine how it will replicate in the next 12 months. You will be able to get about 100,000 goats there, and then they will be provided in the market. We will have, he is working on establishing a platform, and there is one village, is called Ladanawa. They will establish the modern slaughtering house there, where the meat will be processed, the hides and skin will be processed, and then will be exported. Let's come down to your representation of the people of Katsina State. How would you say they have felt your impact so far? Since we are assessing achievements, have you gotten any endorsement, for your return to the House of Representatives, or do you have other plans?
We're yet to get there. We deal first with the leadership. The leadership will drive us there. We do not jump the gun in most of our decisions. We follow the leadership trends. And the efforts in the House, the legislative efforts of members of the Katsina State in the National Assembly is well proven. You can check. We have in the Senate, all our senators are committee chairmen, big committees. We have about 7 members of the House that are holding big committee chairmen, Army, Water Resources, Interior. They are big time committees and works. And we have about 5 deputy chairmen. So Katsina State is well recognized in both the chambers of the National Assembly because we have proven that we can provide leadership.
I'm surprised to hear that you say that the decision is for the leadership. I thought the power rests in the hands of your constituents. Your constituents are the ones to assess your performance so far and see if you're going to return to represent them. So are you saying that you don't have the trust of your constituents?
Of course we do, absolutely.
Okay.
Our effort, our action is a testimony that we have trust from our constituents. Otherwise, we cannot behave the way we did.
So I just asked you, how have your constituents felt your impact so far?
I think it get time to visit Katsina. In all our 15 constituencies and the 3 senatorial districts, our members are tremendously providing leadership, providing representation, providing coming up with good legislation, and at the same time providing oversight. And these are the 3 key principles of members of the National Assembly. And I think all of these things, you cannot find one member of the National Assembly from Katsina State wanting in the area of lawmaking, in the area of representation, and in the area of oversight. And above that, by the roadside, we do a lot of other things. We engage in educational issues, we engage in health issues that will at least uplift the life and the condition of our people.
All right, just before I let you go, I would like us to touch on the leadership of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas. How would you assess his leadership so far in the last year? I think
his leadership so far is very good. He is calm, humane, and very inclusive. And this is someone who listens.
That's our package for you this week. You can see a repeat of the program on Sunday at 7 a.m. You can also follow us on all our social media handles to get the latest news and updates. That's it from us. Thank you for watching. I am Tijesu Adeoye. See you next time.